Good morning. It's Wednesday, February 7th. All three county commissioners here. I ask for you to rise for a moment of silent meditation and pledge of the flag, and also think of the young lady who was hit by the car and died, who was from Monongalia County. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. We will now have consents and approvals.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We have 27 exonerations for $4,673.61. Vouchers for general county, $185,846.49. Coal severance, $7,293.88. 911, $683.85. Chestnut Ridge Park, $678.01. Camp Muffley, $331.52. Mason-Dixon Park, $2,552.33. Reallocated coal, $15,000. Assessor's valuation, $3,280.50. Purchasing card vouchers, general county, $20,038.26. 911, $373.09. Chestnut Ridge Park, $1,719.42. Mason-Dixon Park, $200.04. Assessor's valuation, $480, and law enforcement forfeiture, $387, for a voucher total of $238,864.39. We have vacancies for the Western Board of Zoning Appeals and the Planning Commission, fiduciary orders for February 7th, 2018, and statement of services for George Armistead and Cynthia Van Stafford. You do have another fiduciary matter to deal with on the high school estate.
Yeah, I would ask, we'll have two separate motions, so let's have that first motion.
Move for approval.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, could you explain or just, there
Okay,
is
this
a...
is in the
yeah,
estate of Edgar Frank High School III.
right.
We have received an objection from Jennifer Cunningham. She is asking that the estate be moved to Kanawha County because it was improperly filed in Monongalia County. I did speak with Phil Magro, our counsel. He said that the commission should note the objection that was sent, and he requested or suggested that we refer the estate to fiduciary commissioner.
How would someone like to make a motion so we could discuss it?
Okay, I'll move that we recognize the complaint and then seek to refer this to a fiduciary commissioner.
Second.
It's properly moved and second. Any discussion?
Well, I think there's a couple things that this one raises, which I think are better answered by the fiduciary commissioners.
Okay.
Specifically, I don't know enough to know whether she even has standing in this. I'm assuming she does. And the other thing is her notice duly noted? Was it a timely notice? And then the question of where it should reside. So I would feel more comfortable referring that to the fiduciary commissioner to make those determinations.
Okay. We will now vote on this. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
It passes. Okay. Okay, we now have introductions of several new employees. Let's start with Jimmy Smith.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
I'd like to introduce Corey Allison. Corey started with us yesterday. He brings 6 years' experience dispatching, 5 in Nicholas County and 1 at West Virginia University.
Move for approval?
Second.
Properly moved and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome
To the team.
Thank you. We also have
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
I'd like to present Stephanie Pendley. She's a new full-time employee with the Monongalia County Clerk's Office. She started with us last week on February the 1st.
Do I have a motion?
Move for approval?
Second?
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And I'm also honored because her daughter was at Morgantown High when I was there, and she's also going into art, so we have a common ground, and congratulations on being with us.
Welcome to the team.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Do we have any others? Okay. At this time, we have comments from the public. Any comments from the public? Again, a large crowd that says we're doing okay. Okay, we'll move on. Grants. Colleen Kuhn, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing great.
I can see that. Okay, so I have a grant application for the community participation grant. It's for the Mon River Trails Conservancy. They're requesting $25,000 from that grant program to renovate the 1907 Elkins Coal and Coke building to turn it into a bathroom and information facility. I also have a resolution for that. Would you like me to read that?
Sure.
To authorize the application and contract for West Virginia Governor's Participation Program funds, whereas $25,000 in Governor's Community Participation Grant Program funding was set aside by the West Virginia legislature for the County of Monongalia to undertake for the rehabilitation of Elkins Coal and Coke building into restrooms and visitors information center for the Deckers Creek Rail Trail. And whereas the County of Monongalia has applied for and funding through the West Virginia Development Office, and whereas the Governor's Community Participation Program requires that a local government unit enter into a contractual agreement with the West Virginia Development Office to receive and administer grant funds. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Commission of the County of Monongalia, West Virginia, that the President is hereby authorized to execute said agreement and any other necessary documents on behalf of the Commission, and that he be empowered to sign the contract and any agreement necessary to obtain these funds.
Do you have a motion?
Move for approval?
Second?
And properly moved in second. Before we vote, Ella Bielan is here. Did you want to come up and give us a 1 minute?
Well,
We're honored that you were able to make it today.
Yes, thank you. I'm Ella Belling, Mon River Trails Conservancy's Executive Director. And I really appreciate your support of this project. We had been able to get funds from this program in the past for the same project back in 2013. It's probably been over a 10-year endeavor to turn this building into restrooms, and it'll be the only public restrooms right now on the Deckers Creek Trail, so pretty important. I will say that the funds, this program has been inactive for several years. It looks like this chunk of money that we're getting has been left over from previous budgets, and I was able to get the legislators to support it and set aside money from the program. So,
And
thank
one
you.
other question, since we are pushing and they finally came up with a House bill for the Morgantown bike trail, how do you see that working with MRTC?
I'm very excited about the Mountaineer Trail Network. It's only going to bring a larger crowd for tourism destination to the county, and hoping it'll also help with doing some links to the rail trails, to the mountain bike trails, and they can be used for hiking and lots of other recreational uses. So very exciting that it's moving through the legislature now, and hope it happens.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's been properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes.
I also received a letter from the West Virginia Culture and History, which our county clerk applied for 2 projects through that. They have awarded us $25,000
Oh,
to
good.
purchase roller shelving for deed and deed of trust and fiduciary books.
Do you have a motion to approve that? Well, do we need to approve it or just acknowledge it? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Correspondence.
I just have, excuse me, one item. The Granville Police Department will be hosting another drive Mon County meeting addressing the heroin epidemic on Thursday, February the 22nd from 9:30 to noon. You might want to add that to your calendars. If you are going to attend, I can RSVP
Yeah.
for you before February 19th.
Where at?
oh, I'm sorry, the Courtyard Marriott.
Okay. That's the 22nd, 9:30 to 12?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I will definitely make it. And I also want to thank them for changing the dates so that we are now able to attend. Thank you. Okay, any unfinished business? Okay, moving along to new business, consideration of requisition number 17 for the University Town Center Economic Opportunity Development District subaccount.
Yes, sir. The state notified us there is $847,829.13 that is, that can be transferred to pay back the bond.
Move to approve the transfer.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Great. B, to consider the approval, did we get the contract this time?
We have not.
Okay.
The David Kramer from the Department of Highways in Charleston had sent me 2 originals for the commission to sign off on our $150,000 agreement. There were some discrepancies with what he had originally sent us for Phil to review. So I had called him, and he said that he mistakenly printed off the wrong one. So he is sending 2 new originals, but you have before you
We can,
what the document that is to be approved. So when the documents, the original documents do come in, that if you guys just want to authorize the president to sign them.
Move to authorize the president to sign when it appears.
Second with discussion.
it's been properly moved and seconded. Go ahead.
Tom, do you want to give again, I think
Oh.
most people might not know what
Yeah.
this is about. Could you give since this is one
Sure.
of
The 3 county commissioners, when we met with the DOH, had an idea that we wanted to try and see how we can improve our roads and cleaning the ditches and the culverts. And one of the suggestions with the new Secretary of Transportation said they would consider us putting up some funds to consider certain areas. And what we did was we went back to DOH and said, okay, tell us your priorities and concerns. And what we were looking at is 6 miles of road from the River Road, that would be south, that would do ditching, culverts, and then we would put in $150,000, and they found matching funds to now put in $850,000, almost $1 million, to do the paving with it. So we think that this is, we believe this is the first time ever done by the DOH. The DOH is thrilled about this, and they are promoting this statewide, and we're hoping to look at other projects that we could do in the county. So if anyone wants, it's a real exciting time that we're going to be able to get the road done, and it's right by those 2 schools, too.
I think the only thing I might add, but
Yeah.
heretofore, this was denied
Right.
by the secretary. When we have a new secretary, and Mr. Tom Smith, he was more than willing to listen to the suggestion, and this has been followed through by us.
And the important thing is we were able to take a little bit of funding, and they leveraged it into
Oh, yeah.
a big project. So it's in the area has 2 school routes on it, so it's in it's in need of what this project's going to accomplish.
So we're going to, it's very exciting, and we look forward to doing more projects with the DOH. And I think it just says a lot about the relationship this county commission, the 3 county commissioners have with the DOH. So with that, we had a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, it passes. Congratulations. Good. C, consideration request by West Banco Bank to update the form designating the current president of the county commission as signatory for the Series 2017A University Town Center tax increment financing accounts. You want to just quickly explain that?
It's a very simple form that Commissioner Hawkins signed while he was president whenever we did the 2017 bonds. And now that the president has changed, they need a new document signed, so I have that for you.
Okay.
Move to allow the new president to sign.
Second.
Properly moved and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
It passes. Great. Reports from any elected officials. Any comments? Nope. Go ahead.
You had the order in January, you issued an intent to order our precinct changes.
Yes.
30 days have passed, so this would be the meeting that you would actually issue the order for the precinct changes and the temporary precinct changes. I presented them on a paper yesterday.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is precinct 23 and 25. The old location was St. Mary's Catholic Church. The new location would be WVU Alumni Center. Then we also have permanent changes. So that was a temporary change. We have permanent changes. Precinct 10 was the health department. It's now going to be the Alumni Center. Precinct 44 and 48 was at Restoration Church. Those are going to be held at Granville Fire Department Bingo Hall Station 2. Precinct 71 was Westside Senior Center, and it's going to now be at the Westover Community Building.
Do I have a motion to?
Move to approve these precinct changes.
Second?
Been properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And thank you very much, Gary. I'm glad that we were able to do that. Okay, reports from county commissioners. Sean, your turn.
We have no more elected officials? Okay.
No.
Sorry, you caught me.
Yeah, so I put you. That's all right.
It's been a busy, again, it's been a busy couple of weeks, and it's getting busier. I've had a number of, we have obviously our BER meetings that are on our agenda. And then this particular week, I have the Red Team meeting, which I think might be moved to Friday, but we're trying to figure that out, and I have Development Authority meeting. On Friday and Saturday, this is a yearly event that I support. It's the West Virginia Regional Science Bowl. I volunteer, and there's numerous duties. The only thing I try to stay away from anything that requires me to have a technical know-how. But it really is an amazing event to go and watch these kids. On Fridays, the middle school competition. And if you happen to be by the lair, stop by and watch these kids. They're amazing. And then on Saturdays, the high school competition. And it really gives you a good, what Morgantown, Mon County does very well in these competitions. And it really just makes you feel good about the future. Our future, when you see these kids operate, it's amazing. So that's really about it. That's all I have.
Okay.
As stated earlier, our bill for the Mountaineer Trail Network has been introduced. We're excited about that. Did have leaders meeting at 4-H on Monday, and tomorrow I will have the Met Theater Board. And this weekend I'll be attending the West Virginia Counties Conference in Charleston. So I think that's going to be a good event. I would like to conclude by offering some praise. First of all, proof that I do read the paper. This comes from the Sunday paper, and it has to do with the work that our magistrates are doing. This deals with the DNR, and so cases that are dismissed. In our area, our district, there were only 4 dismissals of 542 cases. In other words, these people are doing something illegally, fishing without a license, hunting without a license, poaching, things like that. There was 1 dismissal in Monongalia County, none in Preston, and none in Marion. So that means that the DNR work is valued by our magistrates upholding what comes before them. The bad news is that in the southern part of the state, 71% were dismissed in Wayne, 64% in Logan, 63% in Jackson, 61% in Cabell, and 54% in Kanawha County. This does not bode well when somebody tries to do a good job and they're met with not opposition, but just total apathy. So a great commendation to the magistrates in this area. Lastly, I'll stand up.
Oh, that's right. The kiddie bowl. The kid.
So this is a picture that
Yes.
the Dominion Post presented of its own volition prior to the Puppy Bowl, as well as the kitties. And I would like to commend the paper because I know we're all animal lovers here. We all have dogs. I have cats as well. But the fact that the paper would take the time and the effort to post these, trying to get adoptions in our county and the other counties is commendable. That is what a paper in a small town is for. I know we're not a small town, but we're not a big town. But that's what a paper is for. Thank you.
Okay, just a couple things. Yesterday, the 3 of us were fortunate. Sean has been our representative in looking to a new webpage, and I think it's very exciting to see what we're doing in the interaction. I think the community's going to be very pleased with the end product when we get there, but we're moving towards there. The second thing is, I just received a phone call this morning that from Delegate Statler, the bill that we have is on the third reading about selling property to not just, or giving property away to 501c3 that generated out of Mon County. So that's moving forward. Also, this Saturday is our second time we're going to try the e-recycling. We always do it on the second Saturdays of the month, but it snowed really badly last time, so just wanted to get that out again. And finally, I would be remiss if I didn't happen to say that every once in a while, miracles can happen, and the Philadelphia Eagles did win the Super Bowl, and even when I watched it the second time, they did win it again, just to make sure. But I think it's more important, I think, the message that was sent, and I think it has a lot to do with what we do as a county commission, which is teamwork and collaboration. And even though we're in West Virginia, everyone says, oh, it's West Virginia, but you look at the oasis of Mon County and what we're able to do and how we're able to attract business and work together. And I really think it says a lot, especially Eagles team had 4 WVU players, 2 Shepherd players, and 1 Marshall player. So I will end the meeting with saying, Philly, Philly. Do I have a motion?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Thank you very much.